we are gonna make a special announcement. Brunildo ka!
I don't think we've ever said this to our love stories out there.
What? Hi, honey! Hi, everyone! Oh
Hi.
my gosh! Since this is Love Month, we are gonna make a special announcement. Actually, this is the most requested from all our social media platforms, from Facebook to Instagram to YouTube.
Right.
And so we decided to revive something we did a couple of years ago.
Right, and that was actually a few years ago, right before the pandemic
That's
started.
right.
Okay? And baka nagulat kayo, but how come we're sitting down? Looks a bit more formal than our usual videos. But this has been something that we have been planning as husband and wife. And we're very happy to announce that every week, every Saturday, to be released at 6 p.m. at our Facebook and YouTube channels, we will be releasing a vlog about everything in general when it comes to family matters, right?
Yes.
So we get questions about our marriage, our love story, issues, how do we deal with conflicts,
How do we raise our children?
Today, we will be kicking off our very first episode. So, welcome to Family Matters with Doug and Chesca.
Yay! Finally!
So, let's start na.
Yeah, let's start na.
So, since it's Valentine's week, okay, it's Feb 11 today, it's Saturday, and Valentine's Day is Feb 14.
Yeah.
Diba?
Yeah.
Grabe, ang dami na nating Valentine's Day, hon.
Exactly. Ay,
Grabe!
ang dami nating celebrations
Oh my
together.
gosh. So to give you guys a little background, we
What?
met 20 years ago.
I know, right? Oh my gosh.
2003!
Yeah.
My gosh, I was 19.
And I was
22.
22, turning 23.
You could say that we have some experience already. You know, being a couple, boyfriend, girlfriend. We were boyfriend, girlfriend for 5 years. So we met 2003. And that was our anniversary date, October 8, 2003.
Ano, October 8?
So yes,
October 8.
then October 9.
October
Oh my
9.
gosh! Okay. So October 9 is yes, tama kasi our wedding day is October 9, 2008. So we were boyfriend girlfriend for 5 years.
Do you remember what date you proposed to me?
Yeah, of course.
Ano?
October 8.
Hindi.
Ano?
October 2.
Was it a week before?
Yeah.
It was a test. I knew it was October 2.
Alam mo.
Okay, so anyway, we got married 2008.
Okay, yeah.
So this year, we are celebrating 15 years of marriage.
And 20 years
20 years
together of knowing each other.
Grabe. And you know, if you guys are watching this online, how about you guys? You have singles? Do we have singles here in our viewers, or do we have married couples? Diba? Or boyfriend?
engaged.
How long have you guys been together? Na share it to us, diba?
Yeah.
So, icebreaker muna tayo, honey.
Okay.
So what's the first thing you thought about me when you first saw me?
Of course, I will not deny. I said, my goodness, this guy is so tall and he's so good looking.
So, I was just tall. That's all you thought of. That's it.
Tall and handsome. Yeah. No denying.
No denying. Okay.
Come on.
Ako naman, ang very first reaction ko when I saw Chex is, who's this teenager pa rin in front of me? Kasi, to give you an idea, we were in Boracay, and that was like summer of 2003, and we were at a party, and we saw each other through common friends.
Yes, I was introduced to him by my childhood friend. And in fact, I was standing right behind him. And then my childhood friend, for some reason, he just comes up to me and asks me, do you want to be introduced to any one of these guys?
So I was with two of my Aussie friends,
Yeah.
Jason and Zion.
Yeah. And then I said, and he goes, who do you find cute? So I said, this guy and this guy, his other friend, his other best friend, I found also cute. But he goes, who do you find cuter? I said, the other one. And it was Doug. And he goes, do you want me to introduce you to him? And sabi ko, sige, introduce me to him. So I was introduced to him. And then, that was very brief. Because
Right. It was.
Yeah.
And to continue, my first reaction of you is you looked so young, like not my type. And yeah, seriously, I thought she looked very young. Imagine her, you're 43 this year. She's turning 43 this year. Imagine 20 years ago, kung 23 siya, you really look like you were in your teens, hon.
How old did I look like?
16, maybe there. So,
really?
yeah.
23?
Yeah, so imagine, that's what I thought of about her. Pero, when we started talking later on, mature naman yung next na description ko about Chesca. She was mature, and then I could start to see, kasi it was already morning. We were talking from 10 p.m. till about 7 p.m.
Yeah, we were by the beach.
So, it was very dark during the party, and then during the daytime I saw, and that's when I saw, oh gosh, she's cute. She's a cute girl. Cute pa ha, cute, talagang cute. But yes, that was my reaction when I first met. And I wanna share something to you guys. I don't think we've ever said this to our love stories out there.
What?
So it's exclusive to us.
Okay.
Here. Knowing how you are. I asked you if you wanted to go to the beach. So we were in the party.
We were in the party. I was introduced to him, but that was very brief. I headed out.
You were about to head out.
No, I was already out of the party, and then you ran after me.
Okay.
And then you asked me, where are you going? I said, I'm going to the beach. And then he goes, can I come with you?
Can I come with you?
And then I said, okay.
Yes, so that one. So knowing how Chesca's very protective of her, and parang why did you allow me to go with you? Because if that was, at that point I was random. I'm a random person. You did not know me, I did not know you.
Yeah, it's something that I wouldn't do.
Yeah, exactly.
But then, I don't know what got into me for me to agree that you would tag along. And then, I don't know, until this very day, I can't figure out why. But we ended up, that was very strange. And
we're not saying na please guys go in.
No, don't.
Do not do that, because leading up to that time we were at the beach for how many hours? We were just talking.
And then I asked him, I said, I really need to use the restroom. I'm gonna look for a restroom. And he goes, do you want to use the restroom in my room? And then so he said, don't worry, I'll stay outside while you use the restroom inside so that my teammates won't think of anything. Because he went there with his teammates. So I really peed very, very fast.
Yes, but I stayed outside. Diba?
But I stayed outside, but I made sure that I would use the restroom really fast.
First day pa lang, I really wanted to, even though there was attraction, basta parang respect first. I stayed outside, and we eventually just talked until 8 a.m.
Yeah. So, after that, Doug didn't ask for my number.
Yes, so guys, I was not aggressive in that way. I did not want to ask for her number. Fast forward, I left Boracay and you remained there.
Yeah, with my friends, and my mom was there and my brothers.
Yes, and I couldn't stop thinking of you. I was in the airport and this was just after one day. Parang, maybe I should have gotten her number. That was the first, but so I started making, here goes the calculations in my head. How am I supposed to get her number? So I started thinking of common friends. And the common friend that we had was my Aussie friend and Curtis.
Yeah.
So I asked Jason, my Aussie friend, to ask Ann Curtis to ask Chex for her number. And basically we were able to connect. And that's when we first met. The rest is history. Okay, so yes, that was a little background of our love story.
Yes, that's right.
And jump on to the next question, tayo.
Okay.
Okay? So, was it love at first sight?
I don't think it was love at first sight. I would think that it was attraction at first sight. But I wouldn't say love. I think love is such a heavy word. It's such a heavy term that shouldn't be used lightly, and a lot of people do. So I wouldn't say it was love at first sight. I think I won't be won over by love at first sight. I think for me it will take a lot of
Masyadong mababaw.
a lot of getting to know
true.
for me to say it's actually love,
Yes.
diba?
And for me, it was love at second sight.
Oh, really?
Yes. What was the second sight? This was the time that I was with my best friend JC and Tal, and I said, we're gonna meet with Chesca and she's gonna be with her barkada. Mind you, during the first how many months, I could never get her solo. She was intentionally always bringing her barkada. Always.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we never dated na kaming dalawa lang.
Yes. So, we were supposed to meet at the power plant near the cinema at Rockwell at Makati. 2 hours.
Yeah.
We were just waiting. And JC was like, ha! Ininjan ka ni Chesca. Because JC knew about her. Yeah, you had your Petimon, you were in showbiz. And ako naman parang hiyang-hiya. And 2.5 hours later, I just said, okay, if she's not here at this time, alis na tayo. Lo and behold, if our meeting was like 2, she arrived at 5?
6.
5 or 6, almost 4 hours. Grabe. So anyway, love at first, love at second sight. So when we were about to leave, she starts walking from afar. I can still picture it in my head.
Really?
Yeah. In fact, I don't curse, pero napamura ako nung time na parang, wow, she's so beautiful. Napamura ako sa sobrang ganda niya and how she was able to, you know, fix herself, her outfit. Her hair was so fixed.
Yeah, I came from the salon, that's why it took me 2 hours.
3 hours.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I had to dress up pa kasi. So I was in the salon. I had made sure that the stylist really shampooed my hair really well. So when I flip my hair like that, it smells really nice. True story.
Do you remember our first date?
Do we watch the movie?
Was that our date?
Or we ate in the restaurant of Celine.
Mm-hmm.
I was with my friends.
So I think our first date was a group date.
Yeah, in Burgu.
Yeah, we ate at a restaurant called Burgu and then we watched, I think, Anger Management.
Yeah.
But was that really our first date? Mia, kasi when I'm asking you this, I actually don't remember our very first date na tayong dalawa.
Never. I don't remember a date na tayong dalawa when we were not officially together yet. But when we were officially together, it was already months na kasi.
Yeah. So that's a little fun fact.
I don't remember
for us.
our first date.
Yes, our first date was actually a group date, but I wouldn't consider that nga talaga a first date.
No, because we did group dates.
Yeah, we did group dates. Do you remember our first kiss?
Yeah, I made the first move. Sorry, Mom, Dad.
Actually, even the kids know who kissed who first.
Me.
Chesca made the first move in terms of the kiss, but it was very, very memorable.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it was a sweet kiss, ah.
It wasn't a torrid kiss, guys. No.
No.
It was like a smack. Diba?
Medyo.
Leave it to your imagination na lang. Okay. So we've been together for 20 years na, diba? Each other, parang, how am I different before compared to now?
You're much different because of your walk and your faith with the Lord. While you had that when you were boyfriend and girlfriend, I think now you have a better grasp of that journey and that walk with the Lord. You've matured and you've grown really leaps and bounds, diba? But you've always been so level-headed eh. And even like when I go to Baguio and I visit the places that he goes to and all the manangs there know him, they would always say how responsible of a older brother he is. And you know, I saw that when you were dating. I saw how responsible, how caring, and how giving he is to his siblings. And so with that, I was able to see eventually what kind of husband and father he will be. Although I didn't put much thought to it, but I knew that, you know, this guy is really a good guy. But then what really amazes me is your walk with the Lord. Kasi your determination, your perseverance when it comes to hard work and, you know, you never give up, your grit, it's there.
Yeah.
It's always been there.
Thank you, baby.
Yeah.
I think you have grown so much.
Me.
Like, what is that?
Yeah.
Before, Chex used to be very reactive. As in, we would get into arguments and misunderstandings really quickly for really shallow reasons, diba? Pero you know, right now, parang we don't sweat the small stuff anymore.
I think now the term where they say choose your battles, that's what I've learned through the years of our marriage. And sometimes, you might say something that I don't like, but then I think twice about it. Am I gonna react right away? Or can I find another time of the day where I can bring it up? So I think that's where maturity comes in.
I think also, parang you're very, you know how to take advantage of your resources. Yeah, so and I think now you're doing a lot of things. Even though your plate is full, you're still able to manage things very well.
Yeah.
So next question. Marriage has a lot of factors, how it works, right? Physical attraction, is it supposed to be part of it?
Actually, for me, the things that I do it first for myself. In terms of like working out, it has to come from me. It has to begin with me. And fixing up myself, it's me also. I want to feel good also for myself. And I want to take care of myself. I want to help myself. And in turn, I am able to, when I feel great, I'm able to extend it to my husband because I'm feeling great. So parang I feel like, there's a boost of confidence.
And when she does that, when she takes care of her health, she eats well, she exercises, she looks good always. For me, she's doing it for herself, but parang in a way, I'm indirectly already part of it.
Yeah.
Alam mo yun? So parang, wow, you're fixing up for me, or you're trying to look good for me.
Yeah.
Diba? And that's why I'm also like that. Health comes first for me in terms of, my fitness, the way I diet, the way I exercise. And if you find me attractive in that way, it's because I want to take care of myself in terms of that. But we all encourage everyone to take care of their health.
Of course.
Overall, diba? No matter what reason, take care of your health.
Of course.
Diba? And with that being said, could you say that we're physically attracted to each other?
You haven't changed much physically because you look great, your body looks great, you have no stretch marks like me. I have stretch marks everywhere. Does that ever affect the way you see me?
No.
Of course, I'm not anymore like tight skin here and there. I have insecurities and I always ask you about that.
Even when you would gain a bit of weight, not so much because you were always petite. But when you would gain a bit of weight, I'm okay with that. And when I see your stretch marks, I picture my kids.
So what advice can you give to men there? Because I see, I'm part of a lot of mommy groups, and some of them, some of the mommies there, they have just given birth, and then they say that they feel unattractive, that their husbands don't look at them, that their husbands say hurtful words. What advice can you give the men out there?
I think you have to be patient with your wives. I think it really has to come from them if they wanna, change their eating habits, their fitness habits, whatever it may be physically. But in terms of like your stretch marks and gaining weight, diba, I think there's a healthier way of actually saying things. Diba, if I saw one day that you're like 40 pounds overweight already, I would say, hon, I think it's important to take care of yourself.
Actually, you reminded me that day. You said, honey, it's time for you to work out. It's important for us to get moving, get healthy as we get older. And
we want to be there for our kids, diba?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I think, to be patient, especially for your wives who have just given, especially to your wife who doesn't have a help to help her around, diba? She's doing everything. I think we should be considerate, diba?
Yes. And appreciate.
Yes.
Appreciate what your wives are doing kasi it's a big thing. Even if you say, for example, you're a housewife, you're managing the house. You're managing the children, what they need to do, what they need to eat, what they need to dress up.
On top of that, we have to manage our husbands, diba?
So parang I wanna commend all the wives out there and the mommies. You guys are doing a great job, and every husband should be their wife's first supporter.
Yes, okay? I like that.
So for us, how did you know I was the one?
I think one of the biggest factor there was when somewhere in our relationship, when you're boyfriend and girlfriend, you asked me if you could bring me to church and if we could do Bible studies together. That was such an unusual question because you don't hear that all the time. You don't even hear it all the time from your friends. And then for your boyfriend to say that. So I knew that I was being led to something great. And although I struggled with listening in church because I would fall asleep or feel sleepy, Doug was very patient with me. And then of course, I also saw how responsible he was. You know, when he would have basketball practices, he wouldn't stay up late. And when he needed to study for his school exams, he really would study for his exams and tell me that he cannot meet up, or if I wanted to visit him, only
leave me alone.
Yeah, only for a while because he has to study. So, commitment and faith with the Lord, commitment and consistency with himself when it comes to his responsibilities, and then of course his love for his family. And he's a simple guy. And what I also liked about him, honey, which stood out, was that you were my defender. Do you know that it was through him that I learned how to write a check?
So alam mo, we've learned a lot of things about each other, right? And for me, I knew that you were the one. I think 4 or 5 months pa lang kaming us boyfriend girlfriend, and I said parang I think I wanna marry you.
Actually, you told me
so early pa lang. And mind you, I was in second year college, and I just said na parang I just need to finish my studies.
Yes, he told me that. I want to marry you already, but I have to finish my studies. Yeah. When I finish my studies and I graduate, I'm gonna marry you. And that's
regardless of if I have money or not.
Yeah. So when we got married, Doug was fresh out of college, and he just started his PBA career. Yeah. And so we had to really start from scratch.
Yes.
From nothing, guys. And you know, those were one of the best years of our lives when we had to really learn to lean on each other.
So my reason for me thinking that you were the one is you allowed me to take the lead. You allowed me to take the lead. I could see that you trusted me with the decisions, even boyfriend, girlfriend. You didn't question me, and I saw that you're also a family girl, something that's very common between us. And you're hardworking, and it just, obviously, I prayed for you. And for me, I just wanted to make sure that everything was laid out properly. Our foundation as a couple would be really strong, and that's why it had to be 5 years. We were together for 5 years before I asked you to be my wife.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And I like this saying, and I saw it on the internet. Relationship is only hard when one is only trying to work on it.
Yeah.
But if both are working hand in hand, partners, I love you, you love me unconditionally, your marriage can go very deep into it. So
yeah, I think it really takes two to tango. It becomes very, very difficult when only one person wants to work things out. It has to be the two of you.
That's very nice. So we're rounding up our last few questions for our first episode here. And I think it's important to understand that we're not perfect, right?
No way.
And I want to ask you, how can I improve? Even though I know I'm perfect.
Wow,
I'm just joking.
I think sometimes when we fight, you need to learn to talk less.
Okay.
He's so daldalero. Super. And then when I make suggestions, I think you should keep quiet and listen to me first and absorb it first before you react to it.
So funny because you said that.
Because you're gonna see it. Brunildo ka.
Because I was gonna ask me.
Oh, how can I improve and become better? Ganun din.
See? So, ako naman, I think how you can improve is I get so annoyed when when she just says na parang parating na sinasabi, masyado kang madaldal. Lalaki ka, daldalero ka. Ganon. And then so for me, I try to keep mum, but she's just saying that, and I'm trying to, after she speaks, I'm trying to process and say something. Pero even when I say something, syempre I will talk a lot. And I will, in fact, the way I defend myself is, honey, I have,
nakakainis yan.
according to the CCTV.
I hate that! I hate that!
According to the CCTV, I reviewed it. Ikaw yung unang nag-raise ng voice. So, sabi, kasi yung argument namin is, no, because you raised your voice first. Ganun siya. Ikaw na una, ang lakas ang boss mo, daldalero, learn how to listen. Ganyan.
See, I told you we're not perfect.
So honey, also, learn also to listen to me more. Okay. You do. I'm just saying when it comes to our arguments at the heat of the moment.
Okay.
But eventually, you know, how we were able to resolve our conflict is parang, okay, I'm sorry if I did this na lang. Akuhin ko na lang yung ginawa ko as we close this episode. What would be the most valuable advice that we can give that works for our marriage?
For me, the most valuable advice I can give you people out there is for you to work on your vertical relationship with the Lord.
So to lay it out for them, how do you make your vertical first?
For me, I make sure I read my Bible. Okay? I really take time to read my Bible.
She really
day
does.
and night. I take down notes of what I've learned. I pray about my weaknesses. I come to the Lord. I ask for forgiveness. I lay out all of my bad habits. And then after I ask the Lord to really help me. And this doesn't just apply to me as me being a wife, but me also being a mother, me being a friend, everything. And so also I make sure that, I apply it. I apply all these things. I try my very best. If I fail today, I'll try again tomorrow. Okay? Because I know that the Lord is gracious and that He is patient with me and that He loves me very much. And because I know the love of the Lord for me, I am able to extend that kind of love to my husband because I know what kind of a sinner I am. And yet and still God loves me and gives me every day that chance to become a better person. So I should extend that to my husband too.
That's great advice. So me naman, since you already said that, okay, that's obviously number one on the list, right? I think a very valuable advice that I can give you guys that has worked for us and might work for you. I never looked at you as my enemy. I always looked at you as my wife, my partner, my best friend. Regardless of we're in happy times, if we're in misunderstandings. And for me, number one for me is I would always want to look at you as my partner.
Thank you, baby.
So,
I love that.
Yes. Okay,
We
so
are.
we really are. And a question that we should answer is, do we make each other better? And the answer is a
Yes.
unanimous yes.
Yes, of
Diba?
course.
And I'm sure you guys at home can ask these same questions. How can I be better? How can I love you better?
Yeah.
Diba? So guys, thank you so much for watching our very first episode of Family Matters with Doug and Chesca. Obviously, this first episode was really about us.
Yes.
And we're gonna discuss a little more on the next episodes about a lot of issues. In fact, I will pull up my phone here. And these are juicy questions. Next week, Feb 18, Saturday, 6 p.m. Abangan niyo yung episode 2 namin. We will be tackling the most common reasons for breakup. Okay, between couples, between marriage, relationships. It will be about lack of emotional intimacy, sexual intimacy problems, differences in life goals, poor communication, and conflict resolution skills.
Okay,
So,
wow.
it's gonna be deep. So, abangan nyo po yan.
So don't forget to like, comment, and of course, subscribe.
Yes, and share this video. Diba, we want to hear all of your reactions and read your comments about this because we will also be discussing your questions very soon.
And also, if you have any advice, leave it in the comment section because we also want to learn from you guys.
Yes. So thank you and have a blessed day. Take care.
Bye!